What's going on, everybody? My name is Shactivity and welcome back to my channel. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different today. Judging by the thumbnail, we're gonna be making a tier list of cereals. Okay, look how wide my camera lens is right now. Look how wide this is. Look how zoomed out it is. Look how close I can get. Look how far away I can feel, right? Okay. If you've never seen a tier list video before, basically it goes in the order of S, A, B, C, D, and I added a new category at the bottom, which is basically I've never had, okay? So the tier list looked like this. I got it from tiermaker.com. I've seen a couple of YouTubers kind of make this, but basically we're gonna put these cereals in a list from best to worst, and then stuff we've never had. S being the best, D being the worst, and obviously the never had category is something that I've never had before, and you know, we can decide whether or not we even want to try it, okay? Starting off with number one, we got Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. Now let me talk to y'all about Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, okay? As far as the Cheerio family is concerned, I think that Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, I think they're better than Honey Nut Cheerios, just in my opinion. Like, I don't know, I've always kind of been a fan of the Apple Cinnamon type joints anyway, but you know, I feel like this is like a churro. This is like a churro in cereal form. Do they have churro cereals? I gotta look this up. Churros. Wait a second. They got churros. They got churro cereal. What? Oh my gosh, add it to the list. This looks crazy. Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros. I've never heard of these before. I think I just got put onto something new. Okay. Those are disgusting. But as far as Apple Cinnamon Cheerios go, on the scope of the best cereals out there, I give it a B. I give it a B. I give it a B. It's not the best, right? It's not the worst. But it's kind of like, you know, leaning more towards the best kind, right? Kind of a happy medium. We're gonna talk about Cookie Crisp, ladies and gentlemen. Cookie Crisp. I didn't have Cookie Crisp growing up, right? I'll tell you the three cereals that I had growing up: Honey Nut Cheerios, Honey Bunches of Oats, and multigrain Cheerios. That's all we had. We never had any kind of like fancy stuff. My dad used to shop at the commissary at the military base, so he'd just buy a bunch of stuff in bulk. When I was in college, the first time that I ever had Cookie Crisp was in college. Listen to me when I tell y'all, no, that was an accident. Throw it up here. Let's put it on. Let's put it in the A class, right? That is a top tier cereal. I mess with it heavy. Oh boy. Special K. Okay, let's talk about Special K. This is another one of those cereals that I wasn't introduced to until later on in my life. I think it was right after I got married, right? Started to have a little bit of Special K. Never this flavor though. And this makes me mad that they got the regular flavor of Special K, because the Special K strawberries, listen to me, bussin'. It was delicious, right? I think they got some blueberry kind. Let me look up that. Let me see what the flavors. Okay, here we go. We got cinnamon pecan, cinnamon pecan. Sorry, from the South, it's weird. Cinnamon pecan, raspberry. What is this? Blueberry with lemon clusters? Is that real? These flavors are great, but right here on the list, they've got Special K as a plain cereal. I'm gonna let you know right off the bat. All right, off the bat. What's the saying? Special K regular flavor? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just like flavorless. It's almost like cornflakes. Let's go ahead and put the cornflakes on there now. We'll get to there when we get there. Okay, Kix cereal. Oh baby. Okay, so it's come to my knowledge that the only people who eat Kix are little children, right? You put them in a little Ziploc bag, right? You bring them to church, they just end up down in the pews or stuck to the bottom of my shoes when I'm walking through the pews. You feel what I'm saying? The Kix cereal, kind of flavorless. Little kids like it though. They also have the Kix berry flavors, but this isn't what's on the list, right? This isn't what's on the list. I'm gonna put Kix down here. I'm gonna put Kix right here. Okay, so we got something in some categories. Kix, man. I give no sympathy for this Kix. My grandma used to give us Kix when we were kids. Oh man, I'm gonna start some fights. Some little kid's gonna come in my comment section. Hey, excuse me, I love Kix. They're so delicious. My mom gave me Kix when I was 3. Whoa. Next up on the list, oh baby, we got Apple Jacks. We got Apple Jacks. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Apple Jacks. I'm conflicted. All right. My conflict is this: is it S class? Or is it A tier? Is it A tier cereal? Because the thing is, I mean, I'm talking about delicious. I told y'all I feel good about Apple Cinnamon cereals. Now the problem with Apple Jacks is it's got the Captain Crunch effect. All right, you eat too much of it, you slice it and dice it in the roof of your mouth. I don't know if it's the shape of the cereal, because they're little circles, right? Apple Jacks is the A tier for me. The flavor is great. right? It doesn't get super soggy super fast, and it makes the milk taste great as well. Count Chocula. I've only had Count Chocula a couple of times, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of chocolate cereals, man. I love chocolate, right? You give me some Lindor truffles. You give me some Lindor truffles. And I bust them, man, like Ghirardelli's, right? If there was a lineup of all of these cereals, Count Chocula wouldn't even be on my radar. Flavor was just doing too much, you know what I mean? It's doing too much. That's not really a good explanation. If you like Count Chocula, hey man, thumbs up on the video. Like the video. Oh man, next on the list, make way for the Cap'n Crunch. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to drop it on B. I was trying to scroll up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up here, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. There's not another cereal that tastes like Cap'n Crunch. It's delicious, okay? I mean, if you got diabetes, I would stay away from Captain. I would stay away from the Cap, you know what I mean? I mean, it's pretty much like 70% sugar. But man, that's a good cereal. That is a great cereal. Like I said before, I didn't have these kinds of cereals growing up. It wasn't until later on, like after I got married, we started to get some paychecks and was like, you know what? We're adults. We could buy whatever cereal we want. And so we started buying all kind of like Special K, the chocolate joys, the blueberries, the Apple Jacks, the Cookie Crisp, the Captain Crunch, peanut butter Captain Crunch, Reese's peanut butter cups, all of this other, like all of this variety of all kinds of cereals that I never had before. One of the things that you really don't think about until you realize that you're grown up and you're like, oh, hey, I got money. I could buy some stuff that I've always wanted to have. And Captain Crunch is definitely on the list of stuff that I want to have. Corn Flakes, let's get this right out the way. All right, if you like Corn Flakes, if you like plain Corn Flakes, all right, you're weird. All right, were you born during the Depression? This is some Depression cereal. Corn Flakes are not it, man. It's just like a bowl of, you know what this is? Corn Flakes is a bowl of bread crust. Okay, it's a bowl of soggy bread crust. That's all Corn Flakes. Oh, I like it. It's delicious. I love me some Corn Flakes. You lying. Rice Chex. It's another one of those things, man. Let's go down the list here. Rice Chex. Okay. Rice Chex. I've got some Rice Chex in my kitchen right now. Right beside it is apple cinnamon Rice Chex. I ate that whole box, right? There is a half a box of Rice Chex left. My wife likes the Rice Chex. I'm not gonna say you crazy. I'm not gonna say you crazy for liking Rice Chex. They just don't taste like nothing to me. And my refined palate. Okay. Boop. This is my tier list. This is my list. I don't want anybody judging me for my list, okay? Peanut butter Captain Crunch. Here the Captain is sitting at the top of the list, all right? Here he is sitting up there in S tier class cereal. And he's like, you know what? I'm the best that there is, but I'll do you one better, okay? Peanut butter Captain Crunch. Oh boy, we got two Captain Crunches at the top of the joint. Well, all the boys that I grew up with, all the homies, they love them some peanut butter Captain Crunch. Just like when I was over in Newberry, that's in Winsboro. And man, you try to get some of that peanut butter Captain Crunch, man, I'm gonna get some of that peanut butter egg, dog. But that's an S tier cereal. Next on the list, we got Honey Bunches of Oats. Okay, this has some nostalgia in here for me. Okay, nostalgia because I grew up on Honey Bunches of Oats, right? Honey Bunches of Oats has got all the variety of flavor. Let's break it down real quick. Okay, we got honey roasted, we got almonds. What is this? Pecan and maple? Cinnamon Bunches of Oats, right? You got all of these flavors. I remember they had like a peach flavor. Here they are, right here. They had almonds, strawberries, honey roasted. I remember they had the peaches, right? The fruit blend, cinnamon fruit blend, Honey Bunches of Oats, vanilla joints, the strawberries. Right after dinner, right? I'm watching the football game. You're gonna give me some dessert, not some cookies and milk, right? Cookies and milk is a great dessert, but some reason I would always pour me a bowl of Honey Bunches of Oats. I'm gonna say A. It's an A tier for me. For nostalgic purposes, Honey Bunches of Oats is right up there. Like, I'll always eat a bowl of Honey Bunches of Oats. I don't ever complain about it. Maybe I'm just an old soul. We're moving right along. Rice Krispies. I'm gonna let y'all know right off the bat. Fruity Pebbles over Rice Krispies. Now the thing is, this is one of those flavorless cereals, but there's so much that you can do with it, right? But this is not a list of what you can do, like the most versatile cereals. Okay, this is talking about putting it in a bowl, pouring some milk in there, and chowing down. Am I going to enjoy this bowl of Rice Krispies? And the answer is no. Rice Krispies, no flavor for me. They get soggy like as soon as the milk touches it. It's over, right? All that ASMR. It's just not. It just turns into this wet mulch. Like it's like paper mache. I'm eating paper mache. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is next on the list. All right, S tier class, A tier cereal. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, man. Like I said before, I didn't get Cinnamon Toast Crunch until I was married. We could have a whole pantry full of cereal, right? Cinnamon Toast Crunch is it. I love the way that it doesn't get super soggy, super quick, right? A lot of it fits on the spoon at the same time, right? Because some cereals are too big. Like Wheaties or whatever the heck, the cream Wheaties or sugar Wheaties. You can put like 2 or 3 of them on a spoon and it's not tight. You're like, no, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you shovel it in there. You right? Makes the milk taste great. The flavor's great. The crunch stays there for as long as I need to. It's not super soggy. And I just love it. S tier class all the way. Frosted Mini Wheats. Frosted Mini Wheats is one of them cereals. It's one of them cereals you gotta get acquainted with, right? It's one of those cereals that people aren't used to. They're like, oh, I don't want no Wheaties. This is disgusting. Frosted Mini Wheats. It's got some good flavor, in my opinion. The frosted kind. If you're a psychopath and you just eat wheats, the cardboard box joints, at least this cardboard box has got a little bit of, it's got a little bit of something. I'm gonna get this in a C class tier. Because it's flavorless until you just add a little bit of that sugar, which bumps it up just a little bit, right? Just bumps it up into that C position. Honey Nut Cheerios is next on the list, ladies and gentlemen. Honey Nut Cheerios for nostalgic purposes. Ooh, but I said that apple cinnamon Cheerios tasted better than Honey Nut Cheerios. Now the question is, do I put Honey Nut Cheerios in a C class? Or do I put it in B class with apple cinnamon Cheerios, giving apple cinnamon Cheerios just kind of like a nudging a little bit more towards A? I'm gonna say it's B class. But every time I eat Honey Nut Cheerios, it makes my breath stink. Don't get me wrong, flavor's decent. It's one of those cereals that doesn't get super soggy, within the first couple of seconds of you eating it, right? Honey Nut Cheerios are good. I mean, and the Honey Nut Cheerio, the B, right? He's a legend. He's a legend in the cereal game. But I think apple cinnamon Cheerios beats out Honey Nut Cheerios for sure. Next on the list, peanut butter chocolate flavor Reese's Puffs, y'all. Hey man, if you from out of the country, or I don't know, maybe there's some only American cereals here, right? Reese's Puffs is legendary in the game. Reese's Puffs, I always saw the commercials growing up. I never got to have any till I got me whatever $3.99 or $2.89 to buy me a box. Bam, right there. Reese's Puffs, man. Looks like we got some pretty some heavy hitters up here at the top. And you know what? I'm kind of happy with this list so far. So we got Captain Crunch. We got the iteration, right? Peanut butter Captain Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right? So we got Crunch, Crunch, Crunch. And then the Reese's Puffs, okay? Undefeated, man. Reese's Puffs will always be good to me. I know palates change as you get older. Maybe when I'm 40 or something, I'll be like, I don't want no peanut butter Reese's Cups anymore, man. But for right now, man, that's an S tier. That's an S tier cereal. Okay, next up on the list is Rice Krispie Treats. Never had it. If you've had a Rice Krispie Treats before, this cereal, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me your experience with it. Okay, Cheerios. Bam, another one. It's like, what am I eating? Why would you make a cereal that doesn't have a flavor? Like, this right here, this is an L. If you're old and this is what you eat, make sure your cholesterol is good. Do what you gotta do. Look, you do what you gotta do, okay? Do what you gotta do. Make sure you take care of your body and all that good stuff. I don't want you out here, just eating random cereals when you can have the Cheerios, right? You can have the Cheerios that lower your cholesterol, okay? Next up on the list is Lucky Charms. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really like Lucky Charms like that. This is a lot. I've got the cereal joints and I got the marshmallows, and the marshmallows start to turn my milk to like pink and green, and I'm like, what's going on? And it's all soggy and stuff like that. It's a C class, it's a C tier. Reason being, flavors are decent. I just don't like the way the marshmallows fill in my teeth. I don't like how it gets super soggy. And the flavor is decent, but it's not like, it's not like I'd have apple cinnamon Cheerios over Lucky Charms, 8 days of the week. You know what I mean? Cocoa Krispies, oh boy. So now we got the worst of both worlds, right? So we got Rice Krispie treats, and then we got Cocoa Krispies. They're in the same family, the same 3 little elf dudes that are on the cover of the jam, right? Cocoa Krispies has got some flavor, I'm not gonna lie, right? But it gets soggy so fast, but it makes my chocolate milk really, really chocolatey. But then again, I don't really like chocolate cereals like that. This is a C tier class, C tier cereal. For those reasons and those reasons alone, okay? Next up on the list, we got Fruit Loops. The legendary Fruit Loops. Now my question is this: how long has Fruit Loops been spelled like this? I thought it was spelled fruit. Isn't that a thing like the Mandela effect? I thought it was spelled fruit, but it's spelled with the 2 O's. Fruit Loops. Anyways, your man Toucan Sam, okay? Toucan Sam, another legend in the cereal game. I know Lucky from Lucky Charms, right? The honeybee from Honey Nut Cheerios, the wolf and the Cookie Crisp, and of course the Cap himself, right? I don't know the name of this Cinnamon Toast Crunch little dude right here, but we got the Cinnamon. Here I come, I am Cinnamon. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. It's another one of them cereals that'll cut the roof of your mouth, and you know what? Just because it causes me a little bit of that pain. Oh, but the flavors are good. It don't taste like fruits, and maybe that's the reason why it wasn't spelled Fruit Loops. It was like, no, we're not advertising that we have fruits in this. No, heaven forbid that people think that we got some kind of healthy breakfast option going on here. But Fruit Loops, man, you know what? I'm gonna keep them S tier. I'm gonna keep the Fruit Loops S tier. Toucan Sam for the dub. Next up, we got Raisin Bran. Oh, this one's some controversy right here. This is one of those things, it's almost like eggnog, right? Eggnog is a love-hate relationship. People either really, really love it or really, really hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'll eat a bowl of Raisin Bran. And for that, it's got flavor. It does get a little bit soggy there towards the end, but if you get enough raisins in there, I actually used to put raisins inside of my Honey Bunches of Oats and also inside of my Honey Nut Cheerios. I used to put raisins in there. Internet's gonna hate me, man. I also used to put honey on my Honey Nut Cheerios. I mean, this is basically like the cheese and jelly thing all over again. You guys are gonna be roasting me in the comments section, but just to let you know, just to double down on it, I'm gonna say Raisin Bran, C class. Not the worst, not the best. Kind of actually leaning more towards B class, if I'm being honest with you. And I'll be 100% honest with you as well. I've never had Golden Crisps. I never had. And I'm gonna get this out the way too. I've never had Honey Smacks. It didn't look appealing to me on the box. Who's this frog? Why is he giving me these coffee beans and marketing them as cereal tasting like honey? Like, what? I'm confused. I don't understand what's going on. Fruity Pebbles is next up on the list. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together, please, for Fruity Pebbles? Now, I talked about this before. We talked about how the rice type cereals just don't hold on to they get too soggy. The flavors are real bland in the rice type cereals, right? As you can see from the top of the list, there isn't really anything that's up there until now. Fruity Pebbles are a dub. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they get too soggy, because the thing is, these don't get soggy because I eat them so fast, right? I put it in the bowl. I'm talking about one of them cauldrons, right? I get down there with the ladle and I'm in that hole. I'm scooping. I'm scooping. I'm watching One Piece. I'm watching Dragon Ball Z, right? And I'm scooping. I've got a cauldron and a bowl, like I've got a cauldron and a ladle, like I'm some kind of wicked witch of the East or man. Fruity Pebbles, man, that's a dub. I eat them too fast for them to get soggy. The flavor's there, it makes the milk taste great, right? And I'll actually go back for seconds, right? Just for a little bit of satisfaction. Fruity Pebbles is S tier in my opinion. Cocoa Puffs, oh boy, let the controversy continue. Oh baby, I don't really like Cocoa Puffs, to be honest with you. It's like the Count Chocula joint. They're better than Count Chocula for sure. I'm gonna have to put that right there. I put Cocoa Puffs. Put Cocoa Puffs right there. It's a C tier cereal. Maybe I'm burning bridges with brands here, but look, if Captain Crunch wants to sponsor the guy, if Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Reese's, Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, if y'all want to slide it to the DMs and say, hey Shaq, you know what I'm saying? We see that you're up and coming because people are hitting the subscribe button. If they comment in the slide in the DMs and they're like, hey man, we want to put you in a commercial with some Fruit Loops, man. That would be so awesome, man. It'd be so great if you... Hey, listen, hit my line. I won't be complaining. I won't be complaining. I won't complain. Fruity Pebbles, delicious all day. Frosted Flakes, they're more than good there. Yeah, they're great. Let's get it. Frosted Flakes, A tier. The flavor is great, right? I love Tony the Tiger. A little bit of nostalgia there. That was kind of like one of the treats that we would get, right? Whenever we would have our honey bunches of oats and our honey nut Cheerios, and Dad had a little bit of extra cash. You know what? Let me give me a little box. Let me get a little box of Frosted Flakes for y'all, man. Go ahead and have you some Frosted Flakes, and then you go outside and you run around after you have some Frosted Flakes. You kicking the soccer ball, and then you throw up because I don't know why these kids in the commercials are eating cereal before they play sports. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You got milk churning around in your body. You supposed to slide the home plate like it's okay? Nah. But Frosted Flakes is a dub. I give it an A tier class. It's not the best of cereals. I just don't like the way that it's so much sugar. To be honest with you, it just coats my teeth. It's one of those cereals, right? When you eat it and coat your teeth. We're talking about Captain Crunch berries. Okay, Captain Crunch berries. You see what's at the top of the list. You see what's at the number 1 and 2 position. Captain Crunch and peanut butter Captain Crunch. Ladies and gentlemen, berries Captain Crunch is totally gonna be... I'm gonna put it in B. I'm gonna put it in B, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is one of those times where they're doing too much. Okay, what they basically did was take Captain Crunch and they took Trix cereal, the new joints, the ones that are just the spheres, right? And they put them together and they were like, this is good. Yeah, I'm not a fan. That's kind of doing the most. I kind of nudge it towards the A tier class, but it's still, you know, it's too much flavor, too much sugar, and it slices my mouth to itty bitty bits. Okay, so it's gonna go in the B tier class, and I'm gonna have y'all fight about it in the comment section below. Next up, we got Raisin Bran. 2 scoops. It's another one of them things where it's like, I'm cool with Raisin Bran. I may have said that I put a little bit extra raisins in it, but 2 scoops was a lot. It was actually the most, right? This is too much raisin. Like, let me modify it myself, okay? I don't need you to modify it. I got this. What if I just need a half a scoop, right? Just a couple of extra raisins to add a little bit of more texture in there, right? I don't know what this, but it's just too much, right? Coming down to the wire here, Honeycomb Cereal. You'll be surprised to know I've never had Honeycomb Cereal. What? Shaq, you never had Honeycomb Cereal? I said what I said. I never had it before. I don't know what the big discrepancy is. Honeycomb Cereal mascot. This guy, holy fudge. This guy was in my nightmares. What in the heck? Look at that. Is this your king? I can see why they would stop putting him on the box. He seems like he's a little bit creepy. But I've never had Honeycomb Cereal that I remember. And if I did have it, it was unmemorable as an experience, in which case it would go into D class. But let's hope I've never had it. So if we do decide to come back, I'll try these guys and I'll see what's what. Moving on, Trix cereal. Now, Trix old versus new. Let's take a look at these. If y'all remember, Trix used to be the shape of actual fruits. Here's the conspiracy behind this, okay? Intro to conspiracy music, okay? Trix are for kids, right? So when we were kids, this is what we saw, okay? And then when we grew up, we started to see less of the flavors. And now, all we see are the little circles. We don't see the fruit anymore because we're all grown up and we're not kids. I bet you my son sees the shapes. I bet you he sees the fruit. I'd put Trix up on the list as well. And I don't know, maybe it tasted a little bit different back then, but I've had it before, like I said, a couple of years ago. I think maybe the last time that I had Trix cereal, because we've really been on this, the Captain Crunch, Reese's Puff, Cinnamon Toast Crunch train in the Sims house, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna put the Trix cereal as an A class, A tier cereal. It's great, right? If they would have kept the fruit though, if I would have been able to see the flavors, if tricks were for kids and adults, hey, listen, S tier class. Maybe if you're a kid at heart, you can kind of see the fruit some more. Coming down to the wire, last two here, Pops cereal, Kellogg's Pops. Oh baby. Another one of those cereals that was introduced to me after I was married. It's one of those cereals that doesn't get super soggy, right? It doesn't get super soggy. The flavor is bomb, and there's a bunch of it that you can fit on a spoon, and I can body like 4 or 5 bowls back to back. Ladies and gentlemen, Pop cereal. That's gotta be S tier. Delicious. The quantity that you can fit on a spoon. The milk tastes like vanilla after you finish the whole bowl. And you know what? When you scoop it out with your little ladle and your cauldron of Pops, right? And if you finish all the cereal, you leave all that milk in there and you go back, you grab that box and you pour yourself another bowl, all right? Until that milk is gone. That's what we do. Next up on the list, last but not least, or should I say last but least, Cocoa Pebbles. Okay. Fruity Pebbles is an S tier cereal. Okay, be it known. I'm not bodying no Cocoa Pebbles. I don't really like. It does do the chocolate milk thing that I like, right? So which puts it kind of in the category of the of the Cocoa Crispies. But basically, these two are ripping each other off. Let's just be honest. They went into the factory and they slapped Fred Flintstone on the box, and there you go. Cocoa Pebbles, chocolatey flavor. Who's this guy down here? We got news. Scrolling back up, ladies and gentlemen, take a screenshot. All right, roast me wherever you may, but this is the list, okay? If you have any discrepancies, I'll leave them in the comment section below. If you like any of these cereals, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and let the algorithm know that it's a video out there worth watching, and hit the subscribe button for more content like this and the bell notification button so you're gonna miss out on any time that I do upload, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.